Knoxville needs a new transit center because the way transfers were performed in the past was not optimal. We had on-street transfers occurring in front of the city-county building on Main Street, and buses would pull up along the curb there in no particular order, and passengers would have to hunt for the bus that they were trying to connect to. Plus, there were no amenities there. There was no shelter from severe weather. There were bus shelters there, but there was no temperature-controlled shelters. There were no restrooms, and there was really nowhere where we could store schedules without them being exposed to the elements either. The basic theme for the design was in keeping with the forward thinking of public transit today. We also wanted an environmentally friendly design. The environmental and archaeological considerations involved with building this transit center were significant. There were several different sites that were considered prior to this site being accepted, and this site really offered some unique opportunities as far as putting together a transit center. We realized that there was space that could be created. You have to push around a lot of dirt and concrete anyway to get a transit center built, and it didn't take that much more to bridge James White Parkway and create space adjacent to downtown. Downtown really didn't have a lot of available space that anybody wanted to give up, especially the type of space we need for 20 buses. There really wasn't a lot of vacant space available that would have been suitable for us to have this size facility. So when the idea was brought up to bridge James White Parkway, it just became a natural. All the bus transferring can take place on one level.
We are standing on the busway platform here, and what you see right in front of me is a long metal line and then kind of a little trench here that goes all the way to the end. What that is called the expansion joint, and it divides the bridge side of the platform with the land side of the platform. The platform moves, but the bridge side moves differently than the land side, so we have to have this big joint here that allows them to move separately, and that's what this is.
But because it's a bridge, we had to be very careful about weight. We really didn't want to build a building on top of a bridge. So then came the idea of putting the tensile structures on the platform, which I think really solved a lot of problems and also fit within the weight guidelines that were posed because we are on a bridge. There are 3 passenger waiting areas on the platform, and they have radiant heaters in them, and they're pretty much designed for people to get out of the elements during very cold weather. Now during pretty temperate weather, passengers can sit on benches that are throughout the platform, and at certain times of the day, the benches will be shaded by the canopy structures that run the length of the platform.
These structures, these canopies, are actually made of fiberglass that is coated in tensile. So it's actually very easy to clean, very easy to maintain. This technology has really come a long way in the last 15 or 20 years. So this is going to stay nice and white and beautiful, and we're really excited about that. The other thing that I love about these features is the lighting. This is a LEED certified building, so light always should shine down. But what the architects have done is they focus the light up onto the canopy so that it just glows. The canopy just glows at night, and that light filters down onto the platform and creates just a beautiful space.
You know, the building is LEED certified, and LEED is Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design. And Nell Campbell was one of the lead architects on the job, and I think part of her goals were that the elements incorporated into the building should be based on things that you would find in nature. So you see blues and greens and rust colors. It's definitely a modern feel to the building. This is not your traditional train station. It's more like an airport or something future thinking. It's not the traditional type Greyhound bus station. 90% of the office space is treated to natural light, so that if you don't want to work with artificial light, you wouldn't necessarily have to if it's a bright enough day. That you would never find in a more traditional building. The fibers in the carpet were recycled from something else, and the carpet itself is in squares, so that if you ruin one piece of carpet, you don't have to replace and waste the whole room. You can just replace that square. We got a lead point for having a green roof, and there are thousands of sedum succulent plants up on the roof. If you are in a higher area than the Transit Center and can look down on the green roof, sometime the roof will be green, sometime it will be a reddish brown. The green roof is good because it provides extra insulation value, and it also prevents some of the heavy stormwater runoff. Our indoor signs on the walls are Braille. One neat feature of the Transit Center that we got a lead point for is having a shower here available to staff who make use of taking their bicycle to work. There are bike lockers out front that somebody else in the public who wants to leave a bike here all day can coordinate with Smart Trips to get a key to the locker. You will notice as you walk throughout the building that a hallway will seem kind of dark, and once you start to walk down it, it brightens up. That's because there are sensors in the ceiling that know when there is a person there, and the lights will come on when they sense that someone is there. It's the same way with the restroom areas as well. The trolley system is a system that we initially anticipated having serve the Transit Center, and when we designed the new trolley routes based on the planning we had done, we found that we were making no one happy. You have the University of Tennessee who wants trolley service. You have people who want to circulate downtown during lunch. You've got the parking garages who need trolley service. And then you also have visitor groups who rely heavily on the trolleys. And try to engineer one system with 11 buses to serve those 4 competing needs is a huge challenge. We decided that we would wait until we had the Transit Center up and running, got those kinks worked out, and then we would take another look at the trolley system and get public input. One feature that we will have operational by the end of the year is the AVL system, the Automated Vehicle Locator System. And that's really cool because each bus will talk to a satellite, and the satellite will send location information back to a PC. So a passenger or our dispatchers can look at their computer and see where a bus is in real time. And that's helpful for staging of buses. We'll know where the buses are so they don't all clog up in the downtown area. If one's late waiting on a particular bus to get in here, the other buses can be released. Would have that information.
Now approaching Kingston Pike at Cherokee Boulevard.
We can handle a large increase in ridership, and we are looking forward to take advantage of all the positive momentum caused by this wonderful building and the opening of it, and hopefully build some really positive attention to CAT. CAT's very appreciative to the community to be able to open this transit center.
We're very proud to be here.
Piggyback on some of this excitement and get people to ride for change and try CAT.
Yay!